pay gap between the U.S. men's and U.S. women's national soccer teams has been a hot topic for the past few years. I'm Andrew Daryush, and today I'll explain why it's not possible for the U.S. women's national soccer team to currently be paid equal to their male counterparts, and will offer a solution for equal pay in the future. While there is countless people pushing for the U.S. women's national team to be paid the same, such as President-elect Joe Biden, it really isn't that simple. I'd like to emphasize my position by saying that in almost all jobs in America, men and women should be paid the same. For example, whether you're a female engineer or a male engineer, you should be paid the same. This means that gender cannot factor into the pay for most positions. However, this does not apply to athletes. The professional sports industry derives its revenue from ticket sales, TV viewership, sale of merchandise, licensing, and corporate sponsorships. With the immense global popularity of men's soccer, the U.S. men's national team rides on the coattails of international men's soccer and its financial success. In contrast, while the U.S. women's national team is a world-class and the current world champion, the Women's World Cup is nowhere near as globally popular or financially lucrative as its male counterpart. For context, in the lawsuit filed by 28 players on the U.S. women's national team, the players claimed that the most they could earn without bonuses was $99,000 in salary. According to Heavy.com, an anonymous U.S. women's national team player claimed she earned $167,000 in salary and bonuses in 20 games played. It is estimated that under the same circumstances, a U.S. men's national team player would have earned $263,000. According to a Sports Illustrated article, the 2018 Men's World Cup generated roughly $6.1 billion with a prize pool of $400 million and the winning team receiving $38 million. According to FIFA, the 2019 Women's World Cup generated roughly $125 million in revenue with a prize pool of $30 million and the winning team receiving $4 million. Just by comparison, the men's champions received more money overall than the total prize money available for the women's tournament. While the men's team earned more money overall, they earned a smaller percentage of their total revenue generated in comparison to the women's teams. The prize pool for the men's cup was about 6.6% of the revenue, with the winning team taking 0.62%. In comparison, the prize pool for the women's cup was 24% of the revenue, with the winner taking 3.2% of the revenue. As I mentioned earlier, FIFA generates revenue in a variety of ways, including TV viewership. It is important to note that worldwide viewership of the 2019 World Cup accounted for 45% of FIFA's 2019 revenue. While the Women's World Cup nearly doubled its viewership from the 2015 World Cup to the 2019 World Cup, it is still a ways away from the Men's World Cup. According to FIFA, the 2019 Women's World Cup had roughly combined 1.12 billion viewers worldwide. On the other hand, the 2018 Men's World Cup had a combined 3.6 billion viewers worldwide. When the viewership is a third of the men's tournament, it is inevitable that their salaries and income would be less. On the other hand, in the US alone since 2016, according to a Forbes article, the US women's national team has brought in more revenue for the US Soccer Federation than the US men's national team. Also, according to Nike CEO Mark Parker, in 2019, the U.S. women's national team soccer jersey became the highest-selling Nike jersey of all time in a single season, beating out NBA superstars such as LeBron James and Stephen Curry. This clearly indicates that the U.S. women's national team is very popular and beloved in America, and the solution that I am offering is quite simple. Although their lawsuit for equal pay was dismissed by Judge Gary Klausner of the District Court for the Central District of California, the U.S. women's national team can attempt to restructure their collective bargaining agreements in the same format as the men's teams, meaning they get much larger performance-based bonuses relative to their current bonuses. In addition to getting paid as a percentage of the overall revenue, which is largely based on viewership, they should also be rewarded for advancing and ultimately winning the championship. For example, if they qualify for the World Cup, they receive a bonus. For every win and advancement to the next round, they receive a bonus. For winning the World Cup championship, they receive a bonus. As such, the structure of their bonus should be revised to reflect the winning performance, in addition to the current pay structure. While equal pay for the U.S. women's national team is not currently in effect, the continued success of the team will naturally increase their earnings. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Bye-bye.